Mark and Will, yeah, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
Welcome everybody to Man coverage, strictly NFL, where we talk about the games from the following weekend today. So we're gonna start off with Thursday. We're joined by Antwan and Nudda. Y'all know how to do. Y'all know who's on this show. Mark ain't with us tonight, but we're gonna keep on rocking and rolling like we always do. First up, we're gonna start off with the Thanksgiving and Turkey games. Right off the bat, you got the Bears 16, the Lions 14.
Yeah, so I have eight shit. I have Dalton with 24 of 39 with 317 yards. He had a touchdown and an interception today. Darnell Mooney, 123 receiving yards for Chicago. This ends a 5-game losing streak for Chicago. And we also had what's Graham's first name, man? I just
Jimmy,
lost that.
Jimmy,
Jimmy Graham, damn. 34 yards and a touchdown. For Detroit, we have Jared Goff with 21 of 25, 171 yards, 2 TDs. Josh Reynolds, 70 yards with a touchdown. And TJ Hawkinson, 35 yards and a touchdown today. Now, what you got on the game?
I think that was a horrible way to start off Thanksgiving. I think they should have put that somewhere in the middle where everybody was eating, where nobody paying attention. But yeah, man, good win. Glad they got to put Andy back out there and let him get him a good confidence builder. Bring him back to at least some sort of talk, not being the tankers of the season. But good win, Chicago, Detroit. I don't think y'all gonna get y'all one this season, but that draw is good enough.
right. Hey, no, the thing about it is you got to go ahead and give them that first one, man. I mean, most people ain't eating to about 3 or 4 anyway, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. So get it out the way because then you get the 4 o'clock, 4:30, you get the 8 o'clock. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, if they can withstand that, the itis and all that kind of stuff like that. But this was the game that I thought that pretty much the Lions had a chance going into it, right? And I mean, this show, they did have a chance, but I'm with you. No, I don't think they're going to. I really don't. I think it may be over. I think that coach is going to lose their job. I think they're going to go 0-16 and 1. Pretty much, yeah. They got the Vikings next, then the Broncos, Cardinals, Falcons, Seahawks, and then the Packers. It may. I don't know, man. Falcons 5-6, 5-6.
They played their competition though.
That's true. That's true. But hold on, let me go back with that. That's at Atlanta, man. I can't see them going on the road and doing that. I hope I'm wrong. Just for the for Dad's team and all this kind of stuff. But nice win for the Bears, strictly because, like we've been talking about, we all know that Justin Fields is the better quarterback. We understand it, but don't throw him out there to wolves. So to me, Dalton did a good job. 317. I ain't seen him throw for 300 some yards in a long time. But get him out there. Let Fields get together, get healthy. Then you bring him in because the playoffs is not coming for him anyway. They're 4-7. Good win, kind of close win, But hey, way to go, Birds. Let's see. All right, this next one kind of hit me in the groin 17 times straight. The Raiders 36, Cowboys 33, final overtime.
You don't want to talk about it first
Now,
before
give
I
me
give
the
you the
stats.
number?
Give me the stats and throw it to me.
Yeah, close game, 36-33, Las Vegas. We had Derek Carr with 24 of 39, 373 yards and a touchdown. You got Josh Jacobs, 87 yards and a touchdown. Hunter Renfro had 134 yards receiving today. Deshaun Jackson is back, 102 yards and a touchdown today,
The
which
Cowboys.
ends a three-game losing streak for Las Vegas. Um, on the other hand, we got Dak Prescott, who was 32 for 47, 375 yards and two TDs.
Ridiculous.
Ezekiel Elliott only had 25 yards, but he did have a rushing touchdown. We had Michael Gallup, Cedric Wilson, both with 100 yards plus today receiving. Uh, Dalton Schultz and Sean McKeon with TDs. 209 of 375 passing yards for Dak today were in the fourth quarter. So basically garbage yards, you know.
Well, not now. No, you can't say garbage when they still in the game.
Well, yeah,
I mean, that's a lot of yardage going into the fourth quarter and all that kind
to
of
the
stuff
fourth
like that.
quarter, right?
But also, let me go ahead and get in it. Um, I don't, it's so easy to get on here and say injuries, injuries, injuries. That's part of football. Raiders was able to, as far as Carr, do what he wanted to, playing a soft coverage, which last time I checked the injury report, your DBs wasn't on there. It was all receivers and defensive linemen, pretty much. But for you to go ahead and get torched like that at the crib, they have 509 total yardage. Talking about the Raiders. Yes, it took Dak a little time to go on. You know what I'm saying? As far as in the fourth quarter, things like that. The offense, I don't know if his calf is still bothering, but he's been off. Anybody can look at the numbers and say, "Oh, he threw 375," but if you watch the game, dude was off. But he also didn't have no receivers. He had Gallup, and Gallup ate big time. Zeke is hurt. He's tough. He plays with it. Um, right now, the offense got to do ball control because when you sit there and try to do shootouts, this defense is getting exposed big time. The linebacker play is horrible. It's not non-existent, truthfully. You got your best defensive player that's out there. He's got to play DN. And the Raiders just had their way. My man Jackson is the all-time Cowboys killer anyway. He won't have no more yardage like that again. Deshaun Jackson. He's 50 years old, out there going bananas. I mean, I'm like, man, is he still in the league? Get him out the league.
Yes,
If I am
yes.
playing Dallas, I'm bringing him on my roster because he got jet still and he's going to expose. And I'm not going to get into the penalties because both teams had them. There was too many. The referees just called too many penalties. Period. I think that was out of hand, big time. But also, if I'm the defensive coordinator and I got a DB that's got me when he got his second PI, dude, you got to bring
Hmm.
something else in, man. Dude had four personal best friends, man. Four led to 20 points. He should have been going after the second one, man. I mean, hey, dude's already exposed you, but also, like I said, I don't like that soft coverage big time because you got to think his big weapon, Waller, went out of the game. You know what I'm saying? So now you got Renfro, you got to use Jackson more. You got to use some other cats. So, man, make him beat them. They throw the dude open. Like Rogers and all these guys, the dudes that can throw people open, make Carr throw them open. They didn't do that. Took it on the chin. 7-4. Got a next game next week. Get the Saints. Go ahead, Twan. Go ahead and finish your thing. Then go to another.
Well, yeah, I'm finished with the stats, man. Yeah, you can go ahead and nut.
Yeah, man. I think it was definitely a shootout. I mean, as you see, they both threw for what 366, 373, well, 373 and 375. They both
Right.
they both had combined 30 incompletions together. 15 apiece. You can't. It's always gonna be a shootout like that. 33, 36. whenever y'all slinging the ball like that. Only difference in the game, honestly, that made the slightest difference was that extra 80 yards that they had on them on the ground. You know, the extra 80 yards was a 3 point difference. I mean,
Jacobs 8.
yeah, he
They did.
87. He had more yards than y'all combined on the field, on the ground. So it's just one of those one mistake and it cost you. Dallas didn't score at all in the fourth. I mean, well, they scored 14 in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
And that was there's no reason that you still lose by 3 when you score 14 in the fourth. You got to at least go for the 2, try to get that, you know, extra point at least. I ain't going to overtime. I come back down 14 in the fourth.
Right,
It's just me as a coach.
right. Well, you ain't got to do it if your field goal kicker he cost you 5 points. You missed the extra point right off the dribble in the first quarter. He missed it. Don't get me wrong. At 50 something,
In
ah,
defense of the kickers this year, I don't know whether it's been windy out there. They've been playing with some new footballs, new
well,
cleats.
we know it ain't windy in the stadium. We know that
AC got AC running,
it
crowd
ain't
might not
windy
be
there.
loud.
That's for sure. But I mean, he always misses, and I'm thinking, man, you know what? You got to cut dude, man. I mean, he done cost you so many points, bro. And I'm saying, like, his play alone didn't do it, but you got to know that you can get that. And you're right, it's a lot. It's more than usual extra points that are coming up missing, like that kind of stuff. But when you in the crib and the dome, ain't no airflow, dude. Come on, bro. And you have the same people, the holder and all this kind of stuff, man. Yeah, but that's what he's been doing. But I guess they like it. I don't love it, so I ain't gonna say that. All right, next
And
game.
yard.
The next game. Bills 31, Saints 6.
All right. For Buffalo, I have Josh Allen with 23 of 38, 260 yards, 4 TDs today, with 2 interceptions. Stephon Diggs, I have 74 yards and a touchdown. We have Dawson Knox, which had 32 yards and 2 TDs in this game, and Matt Breida with 29 yards and a reception touchdown. For New Orleans, we got Trevor Simeon, 17 to 29, 163 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. We have Nick Vanett with 11 yards and a touchdown, which, is pretty much it for New Orleans as far as, statistics.
Kind of tight.
Yeah, those guys are suffering with a lot of injuries, though.
Right, right.
Yeah, no Alvin Kamara, still no Michael Thomas, but
Yeah.
I don't think Michael Thomas make too much difference. Honestly, he's a good player, but he's not the mentally the player that he think he is.
Right.
I think he got somebody may walked up, kind of gave him like some acknowledgement. Hey man, you good? And kind of probably went to his head. But yeah, man,
Hey, wait, wait,
New
wait,
Orleans
wait, wait,
didn't
wait,
have
wait.
to.
No, wait a minute, wait a minute. You know who his uncle is?
Who that?
Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's up, Shad? Yeah. So what you just said makes a lot of sense. Hey, mom. So go ahead, no, go ahead, and do what you do.
But as far as the Saints, man, they didn't even have 200 yards on the game, all purpose. As that ain't gonna get you nowhere near a win unless you play in Detroit. So
Yeah.
31-6, it shows all in the stat sheet. Believe it or not, a lot of games don't usually show it, but I mean, it's a landslide, man. They exposed them.
Yeah. I Bills had to have this. Bills had to have this. And like you guys said, a lot of injuries. Kamara didn't do it, and I call Thomas the best tight end ever because he does. They use him in like little slots and stuff like that. He's like you say, he's not coming back or whatever the heck's going on. But talcum powder, and I know everybody gets started. Talcum powder, man. What talcum? What's his stats at? What?
I don't think
Oh,
he was in the game
He
today.
can
I
play.
didn't see anything.
is he
He got
hurt? Is he
he got
hurt?
DNP.
I don't know if he's hurt or
He got
not. No, no, there was no mention of him being hurt.
coach's decision.
Oh my God! So this dude decided this big money, and
Hey man,
no, he's the man of the week. Not the play. He's the man of the week because he got that big extension. Even though if he plays quarterback, whatever, he's eating and don't have to play. Like they're not using him at the wildcat or wildcat, whatever. None of that. First of all, okay, let's get back before I just go off.
for a tight end.
Allen, hey man, like I said, they had to have that. They did. Buffalo did what they should have done when the Saints didn't have anybody out there except for Simeon and Montgomery came back. 44 yards rushing. That's not going to do it. Like you said, another Antwan, 163 receiving. That's horrible. Buffalo just did enough because you got to look at it. That's one thing when you play the Saints, they defense at home, even though that's 31 points, but they still only gave up like 373 yards total offense. So, so that's 260, 113. 113 in the league, that's, what I'm saying, that's pushing it. That's enough to win games. But when you go over here, when your offense don't give you nothing,
That's three people.
yeah, it's three people. But I'm saying, like, when your offense don't give you nothing, I mean, you're down at halftime 10-0, you end the game, but you're really not in the game. Because the third quarter, they have 14 points, games over, lights out. I just I don't know. I don't understand. I heard that, like I said, that you give extension to talcum powder. The rumors going on that you want Deshaun Watson. I don't know what the hell they doing. I don't know what they want. I don't even think they know what they want, man. Because whoever pulled that trigger on somebody with a DNP who is healthy, I don't get that.
And big contract.
That
I would
game
say
might been
And a
31
big
nothing.
contract.
that's what I'm saying. The extension.
Right.
I don't get that. I mean that's ridiculous to me. All right.
And this is a team that was 5-2 prior to Jameis going down.
Yeah. Yeah. And
My top
I guess they thought they had the quarterback on the roster, which you would automatically assume that was Talcum Powder, who came back. Now Simeon. So my thing is, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen when they play Dallas. Talcum Powder's gonna be the quarterback. He's got to be, and Kamara will probably be back. You're gonna have some firepower. If not, then it's not gonna be a game. Talcum Powder is gonna be in there, and he's gonna wildcat that shit to death. I don't know what's gonna do in the league, but still, he's gonna
Right.
on the goal line is different from doing it from your own 20. That
Right.
kind of stuff. So because Ingram got hurt, right? Didn't Mark Ingram get hurt? I think he's
too.
yeah.
Yeah. They went with the talcum powder and not the crab legs, man.
Crab leg is done, ain't he? Ain't he done for the season?
He got snapped.
Ah man,
He,
that's
he got
all right, man. Let's get to the next game. We'll be on Sunday, November the 28th. Let's start off with the banger, bang, 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 bang. This is for you, Mark. Bengals 41, Steelers 10.
Ooh
41-3.
wee. Cincinnati, they played a hell of a game this game. But let me see what I have. I got, for Pittsburgh, I have Ben Roethlisberger was 24-41 today. Had a little injury scare today. 263 yards, a touchdown, two interceptions. We got Deontay Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
95 yards. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are winless the past three games. Um, for Cincinnati, I have Joe Burrow, 20 of 24, 190 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and a rush TD. Joe Mixon,
Woo!
165 yards, which is a career high.
He ate.
Uh, touchdowns, yes. T. Higgins, 114 yards and a touchdown. Mike Hilton with the interception touchdown today. And this is the first season sweep of Pittsburgh for Cincinnati since 2009.
Palmer had to be the quarterback then.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Nutter, what you got?
Black Friday Verizon. I mean, honestly, because right now the difference between winning and losing is 20 for 24, 190, a touchdown, one interception, two sacks, and 24 for 41, 263, one touchdown, two interceptions. You know what I mean? He threw for a whole 70 yards more, but had a whole extra interception and 16 incompletions. You know, 16 incompletions, and y'all don't rush for 100 yards. Nah, you definitely in fields for the game to be what initially is 41-3, but we're gonna give them that last touchdown and scrapyard, Bob.
Hey man, y'all tough on the fantasy points.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
last week. I mean, last game. The game y'all just went over. We just went over. That game was 31 goose egg.
Right,
And they
right.
scored the last what's it called. Then they ain't even get the extra point, I don't think. But you know, man, Joe did his thing. T balled out. You know, great game from both of them. They went out there, held it down, and walked away with a win.
I'm gonna say this, and
First,
go ahead.
my bad.
No, you are.
First rushing touchdown for Joe Burrow. Congratulations, my man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
especially after knee injury and stuff like that. You know what? This right here, that first victory that the Bengals got, it gave them all the confidence in the world. You know what I'm saying? And they taking baby steps, but they taking steps. They're a playoff team. They are a legit playoff team, man, and they got legit weapons. And one of the things that I took away from it, man, when you look at the stats, when you got 198 yards rushing, you can preserve, and then you got a proficient quarterback, 20 for 24. Yes, we all into the fantasy world. We look at like 190. Man, I need 300 yards.
Right,
No, no, no,
right,
no.
right.
He did what he had to do, and they was attacking him, rushing, banging him. I mean, mixing. I mean, that first drive, a series, he touched the ball 7 out of 8 times or something like that for the TD. I mean, for, your boy got the TD as far as so it was like 7 out of 9 a Burrow, but they already knew they was gonna pound the Steelers. That was game plan. Pound, pound,
Mhm.
pound. And they did that, and they put enough pressure on Roethlisberger. But one thing I did see when I kept seeing somebody I have not seen in the game a lot, even though they got him down only for 2 rushes, which I has to be a mistake because I saw him in there quite a few times. Benny Snell and Balaj. No, Najee Harris 8 carries, 23. And I understand you can say, well, the game was out. No, I'm talking about when Pittsburgh was still in the game enough. I'm seeing Snell and that wasn't in the game. Them carries didn't come at the end. That came like for first quarter.
Mhm.
When it's 10-3. Second quarter before they just smacked them down. And I'm like, is Najee hurt? Because this is the workhorse you wanted. Now you want to see Snell and Balaj? That's why Still Nation is uproar. You got a lot of people calling for old boy's head, which that's not gonna happen. He hasn't had a losing season yet. He's 5-5-1. But we know society's about now. What you do for me now. They don't care about that championship happened 6, 7, 8 years ago,
Right,
whatever hell 9 years ago. They looking at it
right.
right now. And they saying, okay, we want Ben out of there. You're not getting Ben out of there. We got the workhorse that we needed. Okay. We got Johnson went off. Claypool finally did some farm move. Okay. But what about that defense? That's what
Right.
they had a head on. Y'all know that. Y'all know the Steelers is known for their defense. 41 points, man. And like Nudda said, it really was 41-3.
Yeah.
It was truly a that was one of the most dominating performances on a good team. It ain't like this is a weak team. I mean, granted, Steelers 5-5-1. They're not like a weak team. They took it to them and they told them like when you look at the schedule or look at the playoff, they're not in the playoff picture.
Right.
Steelers not. So, man, woo. Hey, Mark, sorry, brother. We'll talk about that another day.
That's why he's
They
not on
need
the show today. He's a little sick
they need
today.
Y'all crazy.
they need to shop out Big Ben, man. Go ahead, tie the knot. Go ahead, let him go ahead, sit on the couch for the rest of the season, and get somebody else in there, man. They had Dwayne, which I thought they was gonna utilize.
Right.
He has, man. I'm
Is
so
he on a
happy.
practice team? Is he on a practice team?
I don't know, but they've been tanking black quarterbacks for some years now. Back to Dennis Dixon. We
Right, right,
ain't,
right, right.
we ain't gonna go that far,
No, you're right.
you know. But
But that ain't
man,
gonna that my thing is, and I'm with you. It's like you cannot let these quarterbacks hold your franchise hostage, especially when you
man,
see that it's a wrap. If you
we
ain't
had to
Right.
putting in the
do it with
tank,
Eli.
man, it's a wrap.
We had to do it with Eli, man. Time
Yeah,
it was while it lasted, man. You got us two. Thank you.
it's
Just
time to
line
move
him
on.
up.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one. A biggie, a real biggie game. Bucks 38, Colts 31.
All right. Tom Brady, 25 of 34, 226 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Leonard Fournette today with 100 yards and 3 TDs
Woo,
and a receiving touchdown. So he was a total of 4 TDs for him today.
woo.
Ron Jones, 37 yards, a TD, and Gronk with 123 yards receiving today. Carson Wentz, we had 27 of 44 for 306, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor, 83 yards and a touchdown, which is somewhat of a return to earth for him. Uh,
Right.
Indy had 5 turnovers in this game,
Woo, Lord.
which had to be the biggest, news for them as far as how the game turned out.
Right.
Not what's up.
Man, honestly, it was this was a shootout for real. Anybody who watched this one, I did get to catch a lot of this game
Right.
because it was constantly up on the red zone. They in the red zone every 30 seconds. But Brady, last drive, man, being Brady, did what he needed to do, and Coach almost had a chance on that last little 10 seconds, and wasn't able to make it do what it do. But great, great game, great win, Tampa Bay.
Let me
Definitely great game, Leonard Fournette as well. Man.
let me ask you this another before I attack it. Because I was going back and forth and I watched mainly of the Steelers and stuff like that, and I was had two TVs going to different things and looking at the other games. Um, Let me ask you this because I did get towards the end when it got really good. I mean, it was good the whole game, but when it got to matter, like when the Colts came back and all this kind of stuff tied it pretty much. And that on that drive, on that last drive, Jonathan Taylor had about 60 something yards. So did they just abandon the run, didn't use the run, and it was attacking him? Kind of how like let me put it this way: when Dallas played Tampa the first game of the season, they didn't use Zeke. They knew that their outside was weak, and so they attacked him. Is that what the coach did? What happened on that one?
It was one of those if it ain't broke, don't fix it things.
Mhm.
It's kind of like when you got that matchup and you got that feel. Like I mean, as you see, Carson threw for 306, man.
Right, right, right,
He was getting the matchups, man, and they was doing what they needed to do with the ball. Yak yards and stuff like that. They was converting, so it was one of those. I give you the ball, you make something do with it.
yeah.
We don't really need to give it to Jonathan Taylor.
Oh,
Took a lot of the workload off of him. I'm pretty sure he had what 30, 20, 30 carries last week.
Yeah, yeah, he balled last week. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah.
gave him 16. Took a lot of the load off of him. Fournette had 17, so it wasn't really not trying
Only,
to give you the ball thing. It was more of a
but you know what though, and that's why I have a problem because granted, everybody knows their weakness as far. I mean, everybody got weakness, but everybody knows Tampa weakness is their DBs, pretty much. Um, and if you can keep up with him, Carson Wentz, we all know, for him to do that, I mean, it's almost like let's go to the bar, have some drinks, for him to be able to compete. And don't get me wrong, he's not a bum, but he does
He's not.
silly shit. He does silly shit that sometimes come back and bite him in his ass. Only thing I'm saying, okay, we done had two teams who tried to do that, and I'm just going to bookend because I remember Dallas did it, and they doing it. Sometimes you got to say, okay, let's slow this shit down. Take the ball out of the boy's hand. When you have an elite rusher, don't and I understand, I ain't talking about 30 sometimes, but I bet you if you go back and look, out of these 16 carries, out of that drive that tied the score, he probably had 8 of them. Then. And it's like, because it's almost like, like when you got certain players that you know is always injury prone. I call them scarecrows because you just never know when they're going to do some shit. And Wentz is like that to me. He balled for 306. He also had 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. Brady, he just ho hum, even though he had 226, 1 TD, 1 interception. Fournette had 4 TDs. We ain't said since Louisiana. When it's college day, LSU, Ronald had
Right.
a TD too. They methodical did they did. They didn't. They wasn't like a 400-yard pass from Brady, nothing like that. This right here, if Tampa Bay can have this formula, they're going back to the Super Bowl because that means Brady ain't throwing 7,000 yards, but they run a game, which you need in December,
Right.
is picking up.
Indy. Literally, their defense looked like a high school team today,
Whoa,
bro. They
wow, that's
just
sad. That's sad, bro.
and I was very disappointed in that because me being a receiver, I'm like, hit him. All you see is ease, man. That's not the recipe for winning football. But on another note, like the difference between Tampa Bay's rushing and Leonard Fournette was, like I said, he was running through these tackles. Jonathan Taylor, his breaks were 7, 8 yards before he get touched.
Okay.
He ain't really breaking through tackles. I mean, Fournette was breaking that defense down. He was it was
LSU style.
yeah,
LSU style.
it was definitely a great day for him. But I mean that lad, I mean right after halftime, Tampa Bay came out and scored twice, and from there, Indy was playing from behind, so there
Yeah.
was no choice.
And you
Going on.
and you got to think that's one team, especially in the second half, you do not want to play from
Hell no.
behind. You know what I'm saying? Tell back. Nah.
You don't want to try to run the clock on them either.
Right, 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 right.
Because
Right.
Brady, all he needs
Well,
is about 45 seconds.
my thing is this: when I'm talking about running the clock, as far I'm I ain't gonna say running the clock, controlling the game with your running game, but also trying to score.
Yeah.
The people who do that, like, I don't get it. Like when you take the foot off the paddle. No, 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 no. You need to still run your stuff. You can't do that because Brady them saying, "Man, I don't need 40 seconds. I don't need that much. I kick field goal. We go home." But the difference is, Fournette, like you said, was balling. He said, "Man, he said, fuck a field goal," and he got a TD. And this, he balled. And I mean, and so crazy thing before we move on, they was trying to trade one of them, Fournette or Jones. You got to keep the same recipe that got you that championship, bro.
Right.
Because Grunt balled today too. Like Grunt had 123 yards. He balled. So
It's
I'm
that
like,
familiarity, man, with Tom. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
if he can stay healthy, he's gonna have lines that look like that.
And that's a great thing. You don't want Tom throwing 300, uh, like we talked before, 30 drop backs, a chance to get hit. No, no, man. Let's go ahead and get everybody out. Because, man, there's so much talent on offense, and AB ain't played in what the last three games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
faking his vaccine card and thing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think none of them froze on her. None of them. Hey,
Ah,
I had to call back in or something, brother. Let me go ahead and
right,
just let me ice him right now. Because he gonna have to call back in on that. All right,
right.
so let's go to Dolphins 33, Panthers 10.
Superman's 10th straight loss is the starting quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton today was 5 of 21 for 92 yards, 2 interceptions, and was benched in the fourth quarter. Rush TD. He did have a rush TD, which was the only score of the game for them. I mean, as far as
Real quick,
touchdowns.
well, hold on, Twan, hold on. Another we at Panthers and Dolphins. Okay, go ahead, Twan.
PJ Walker, 5 of 10, 87 yards and INT.
Okay.
We got DJ Moore with 103 yards receiving rather. Cam Newton's QB rating today was 5.8, worst of his career. For Miami, I had Tua. Tua was 27 of 31, which is very efficient. 230 yards and a touchdown. Miles Gaskin, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Jalen Waddle, we have 137 yards receiving and a
Woo!
touchdown.
100 in the
None of
first
what you
half.
got.
100 of those was in the first half.
Yeah,
Uh,
real quick.
yeah, yeah, real quick. Yeah, 57 on one play, and that didn't even include the touchdown play. Uh, Miles, he did a real nice job of getting in the end zone today. Tua, Tua had a real good composed game today. I think it was a good. In a sense, it's not really a good win because it's Carolina. It's not the early season Carolina. It's more the mid-season back a couple years ago with Vera and Cam Newton Panthers. But you know, the Dolphins aren't a bad team.
Since being the first to
They're
make Lakers
just
over a
not.
century ago, Trico.
They just can't consistently play good. You know, and they showed tonight that they was able to, put up some points and stop the other team, even though Cam was 5 for 21. I don't know what the hell they was doing with the ball, throwing 10 for 31. I ain't never seen that in an NFL game. I think everybody's job titles is at risk right now. So, yeah, about that one.
What's up,
But
Cassandra? How you doing? Um, how many losses in a row that has Cam had as a starter? Twan, can you repeat that again?
10. It's 10 dating back to 2018
As a starter, okay.
as a starter. A couple weeks ago he's pulling his shirt off again. You know how you do that
Oh, yeah,
Superman
that's
thing.
his thing. That's his
It's
thing.
got to be embarrassing, man. You know what I'm saying? They just picked you up off the street. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was back, and you come in and you stick it up.
Hold
5 of
on, hold on.
21.
All right, check us out. Check us out. Like Nutter said, big time. Going into the season, everybody thought the Dolphins was probably the second best team in their division behind the Bills. They have won four straight, so all the Dolphin people are sticking their head up above the ground now, right? We ain't seen them a little bit, but now they peeking around the corner. They 5-7 now. You're gonna have to win two more to get in there, as far as considered. But I would say this: damn, Cam. I mean, bro, you got the break that I hate for Cam to have that statement that you put as a starter. Now, because he played when they won when he came back, and he was a contributor. He rocked and rolled and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
But that's the kind of stuff they kind of use against you. Well, when he started, no, you know what? I don't want to hear all that because he won games in New England. This at Carolina, it has not went well. I would say this. I don't know, like Carolina. I don't know. Donald, Donald's the guy, whatever, and I know he got hurt and all this kind of stuff like this. We know Cam is basically auditioning like he's been doing. Um, Dolphins, you had to win this. You had to because the AFC is not a dominant conference. You got a couple people that's okay, and like you really can like say if you win two more games and you are the Dolphins, you can be in the playoff contentions, big time. You see what I'm saying? So I would say this: Gaskins, my guy, my fantasy guy. Who I'm playing this week? Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
what's your record against me?
Big Grippy 1-1. Actually, it's already. It's one.
About.
Hey,
Already over one though.
who's in the one?
So,
Who's in the number one place in our
0-1.
division?
You 0-1.
But who's number one in our division?
You 0-1. I am right now.
No, you're not. I have more points than you. It go by points. So don't worry about it.
Right
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. No,
right
you're not. No, you're not. But that's okay. Dolphins, when do what you do? I like what you rocking. You gotta get more than like 20 points, Nudda. But it's all good. So,
Hey,
hold on. We'll get that another day. That's okay. I had to throw that in there on you, man, because you kind of was all over my face before. So let me stiff on you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. But I would say this though, Dolphins, man, they still got a chance, y'all, to get to the playoffs, man. If they win, real quick before we move on, for all our Dolphins fans out there, they got the G-Men next week. They got the Jets, they got the Saints, they got Titans, and they got the Patriots. So I mean, they have to put some wins together. We understand that big time. Hey, what's up, D? Montez, I'm not gonna read none of your stuff, bro. You're a 49er fan, bro. I ain't reading none of your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, and plus you probably had to speak your stuff in there because you don't. We know you don't know how to type. I know you don't know and all this stuff. I know you don't know how to type. So we ain't gonna do all that, bro. For real, for real. All right, next game.
yeah.
Titans, Patriots. Patriots win 36-13, guys.
All right. For Tennessee, I have Ryan Tannehill with 11 of 21, 93 yards, a touchdown and an INT. Dontrell Hilliard, 131 yards and a touchdown today. Donta Foreman, 109 yards rushing. There were 3 fumbles, 4 starters out for Tennessee today, which probably contributed pretty big to the loss. For New England, I have Mac Jones, 23 of 32, 310,
Woo!
2 touchdowns. Yeah. Damian Harris, 40 yards and a touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, 61 yards, 2 TDs. New England forced 4 turnovers today, and this is their 6th straight win.
Wow.
No.
Good win, New England. They came out and they put a beating on Tennessee. A good Tennessee team didn't put up a point in the second half at all. They was what? They took the lead
Since
a
being
little
the
bit
first to
in
make
the second
wipers over a
half. I mean, the
century
second
ago,
quarter.
Trico has
and
protected drivers in all
after
kinds of
that,
weather.
took the lead in the second quarter. After that, they came back and just beat the brakes off of them for the rest of the game. Ended up 36-13. You know, Mac Jones, young dude, wasn't too efficient, but 310. You know, had a decent QBR rating. Tannehill, 93 yards. What the hell? What's that? Receiving yards? Hold on. Let me make sure I was in the right category.
He had 6 more completions than Cam Newton today.
Now, Now,
Hold
the
on.
New England receiver had more receiving yards than Ryan Tannehill threw on the day.
Yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue.
That ain't recipe for a win, even against Detroit.
But check this out. Let me come in with you, Nudda, on this one. I didn't think I ever see this without Henry, but they had 270 yards rushing. The Titans. That's
That
a,
Yes.
I mean, that's a lot of rush yards.
a 70-yard touchdown run.
No, right. But that's still 270 though. That's a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I think about Tannehill. I think he's a receiver that played
Mhm.
quarterback, and it's okay. You got 270 yards rushing, right? And you still lost by 23 points. That's a problem. That's a
Right.
problem. That's a problem. Like, okay. And we said it before. You don't have King Henry. All day's out. They already cut all day. He's gone. This won't be the last loss they lose. They 8-4. Now the Patriots 8-4. Now the Patriots is the number one seed. I can't believe I'm even saying this. The Patriots the number one seed in the AFC right now.
It's crazy, right?
Without Brady.
Without Brady. It's funny, because Brady last year, he comes out, he wins a championship with Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
New England was shitty last year,
Mm-hmm.
with Cam Newton. This year,
It
on the
was
other hand, it's like New England is killing it. And
it
this is
might
not just 1 week. This is week to week. Like, they're doing their thing, so I don't know.
And
They
they
may
getting
get
healthy.
them, some
They
playoff
getting
time this year,
healthy.
huh?
They getting
so
healthy.
Yeah.
so was Cam the problem.
Y'all leave Cam alone. Leave,
It's starting to look like that, right? You know
leave
what I'm
Cam.
saying? It's starting to
Come
look like
on.
Cam is
No, he
like,
can't. Come on, man. We throwing them bombs on the show,
oh
man.
man, he's beyond
Hey,
his
that's
time,
my dog. I was an advocate for him. I thought we should have picked him up when they released him. But good thing I ain't part of that organization because it
Right.
hurt for me.
Because you'd be right there with him, next to him in that tent.
But hold on, real quick, guys, before we move on. Now let's dive in this right. So there is 5 more games right left for the Titans. Okay, they have the Jaguars that's coming. They're gonna beat them. We know that. Then the Titans has to go play at the Steelers. Then 49ers come in town. Then the Dolphins, and then Texas. So really,
Mm,
Steelers,
they can
49ers,
get
and
3 of those.
Dolphins. Huh?
They can get 3 of those.
They're gonna have to get 3 of
Yeah,
those. They
Yeah.
have to.
that's possible.
They have to. And really, I'm gonna say this: they'll beat the Texans and they'll beat the Jags. You're gonna have to get out of the Steelers, 49ers, and Dolphins. You're gonna have to get 2 of them. If you want to go where you need to be at,
I
you're gonna
think the
have to.
Dolphins is gonna be that. The Dolphins is gonna be that one that's closer to that possibility. I don't like. I don't know why. I don't see the Steelers being as bad as they are. I feel
And they're
like
not. They're not.
they could make a move, a real big move, before it's too late, and give them some sort of confidence.
Right.
Maybe like a shopper for being or something like that. They might light a fire under his ass or something. Give him some robotic kneecaps or something.
He
Let
said,
him.
"Bro, why they got God?"
I ain't seen him leave the box the whole game. At one point, it looked like he took out running. His feet moved so fast that he ain't moved nothing but 3 yards to the left. I was like, man, again.
Y'all crazy, man. Forget all that. Forget all that. Forget all that. All right, this right here is gonna make another smile, big time. The Giants 13, Eagles 7.
All right. Jalen Hurts for Philadelphia. I have 14 to 31, 129 yards, 3 interceptions today.
Mm.
Boston Scott has 64 yards and a touchdown. 4 total turnovers for Philadelphia today. Um, Jones, I have 19 of 30, 202 yards, a touchdown. Saquon with just 40 yards today. Nada, what's up?
I got something to say about that. You got 40 yards and you got a 33-yard long rush. And you got
40
13 carries.
carries.
Hold up. So on 12 carries, you managed to get 7 yards. You easily, like, on paper, top 5 running backs in the league. Come on, man. You know,
Right,
like
right.
shit. Daniel Jones had nine rushes for 30 yards. I mean, you can't do that, dude. Your backup had 3 rushes and got 10 yards. It took you 12 to get 7. Come on, man. That ain't it. But I think defense played a great game today. 3 interceptions. If I ain't mistaken, one of them to the house for a touchdown. You know, uh, got Jalen Hurts at last drive, man. He rushed for 2 back-to-back 18-yard rushes. I thought it was over. I was like, man, he's about to get him in the end zone. We're gonna have to rush down last 30 seconds and try to get us in the end zone, but he ended up throwing an interception right there on the 1 yard line, man. Good win. Daniel do better. Saquon. I know this is what, second game back, first game back, really full throttle. You're gonna have to come back next week against Miami and bust out for 150, 200, man. We need those Saquon back. We need Penn State Saquon.
Uh, all I gotta say is it ain't all I gotta say, but the first thing I gotta say is thank you, Giants. Thank you. Well,
Oh, man.
as a Cowboys nation, we appreciate what you have done for our country.
Yeah, man. That was a good win.
That was a must for us. While we on our slide, you kind of fuse out Hurts, but I'm gonna say this, man. Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts, bro. I'm tired of people talking about like he's not like that, dude. I'm sorry, he's not like that. 3 interceptions, no TDs. So 124 yards passing, right? Now they went for
129.
208. I mean, I'm sorry, 129. The sack took it away. You know,
Mhm.
which is crazy. When you get sacked, it take away from your passing yardage. That's crazy. Anyway, so Philly rushed for 208.
Wait, what?
Huh? What,
Wait, what?
what are you talking about?
A sack count? Huh?
Yeah, the sack. When they get sacked, it takes away from their yardage as passing. I don't know
Passing?
why. I don't know why, but it does. Because you saw,
Mm.
I said 124. The Twine said 129. That's because 5 yards was a sack. I don't know why they do that in the league, but they do that. That's stupid to me. But anyway, because like Daniel Jones 202, but on official stat as a team, it's 8 yards off of that because of the sack.
Mm.
NFL, silly stuff. Uh, but I would say 208 rushing a lot. But Daniel Jones, 202, 194 as a team, 70 yards. This was a defensive slammer knocker, big time. It's like who's gonna have the better defense to withstand that offense. And I know that the Giants got rid of Garrett. You know, as a coach and you losing, you got to get rid of somebody. I mean, you know, and I'm not saying Garrett should have stayed there. As long as he ain't with Dallas, I don't care. But you know, it's when you start doing stuff like this, you know you on the ticker anyway. Like Judge is on the ticker. We all understand that. But you got to win games like this because you got to look at it. Nobody in the East has an explosive offense like Dallas. Truly, I'm just saying that. So they can beat the Eagles. They can beat Washington. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say they can't beat Dallas. I mean Dallas is vulnerable big time. But for them to take care of home field, hey, hats off to the Giants, man. They Hurts. I don't want to hear about no like. For instance, let me ask y'all this: If Lamar Jackson, which is playing right now, I don't know the score. We'll get the. I'll do an update in a minute. But if Lamar Jackson had a 14 for 31, 129, three interceptions, what would they be saying?
He should have played running back.
I mean, come on, man. Give the same like granted, I don't listen to like the shows anymore. Like since Mark got to do the show, I really take myself away from a lot of the shows. I don't, I like to have my own opinion. I don't want to be whatever. But I know they're not giving that same like they give Lamar. This dude, he needs to play running back. Apparently, yes, he's gonna have some good games, but his good games is far, far, far removed of his great passing game as a quarterback. All I gotta say, 7 points, and had a chance to win it, threw through the dude dropped it, all this kind of stuff like that. And I'm like, and it was Rager. It was on the goal line. Dude dropped it. It wasn't intercepted. Dude dropped it. It was hit him in his hands. And I'm like, okay, as a quarterback, you need your receivers to make plays that hurt big time. But you know what? Take it L, Philly. I don't care about Philly. None of that stuff. Big time. But hey, thank you, Giants, for doing what you do. And get that win, baby.
Gee, man.
G man, go ahead. Falcons 21, Jaguars 14. And wait a minute, it's still no score with the Browns and Ravens. Huh?
0-0.
0-0. All right, so Falcons, the Dirty Birds 21, Jaguars 14.
Atlanta's first win in 3 weeks. Matt Ryan with 19 of 29, 190 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Cordero Patterson, 108 yards and two TDs today. For
Whew.
Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, 23 of 42, 228 yards. He had a touchdown and an interception today. Javon Austin, I had 21 yards and a TD.
Damn.
Nada, what you got?
This was definitely a battle of the trash, the garbage can.
You know, hey.
I'm just saying, man. Y'all know how it is. Matt Ryan, 19 for 29, 190, touchdown and interception. Horrible. Uh, Trevor Lawrence, he's starting to get a little bit of feel for the league, how fast it is, how much different it is compared to college. Uh, Cordell Patterson, he's having a great season, man. Uh, Another 100-yard game, 2 touchdowns. He did his thing. Jacksonville's rushing. They gotta at least try to punch it in one time every once in a while, man. They go too many weeks without a rushing touchdown, and that's not good mentally on the team. When you're running back and they ain't getting in the end zone, they ain't giving you out the ball. It's just what it is. But he's definitely Trevor Lawrence is definitely getting his feel for the league.
I remember the extra ranch.
He's able to
Let everything else go.
get a little bit motion.
Picking out
I think next season they get some supporting cast around him. We might have a plus 500 season. You never know.
Dirty Birds did what Dirty Birds need to do. They won. Granted, it's in Jacksonville. With a walkout, 4-2. They're actually 4-2 away from home, so they're only. Good God Almighty. They're actually 1-4 at the crib, and still in the playoff contention. If you pull up the playoffs, they're still in the contention of that. That blows my mind because the Dirty Bird actually has 5 wins. Matt Ryan, it's time to go. Really, it truly is. I mean, I think he still has about a couple more years in the tank.
Nah,
You know,
left.
I think he needs to go ahead. I mean, I think losing that dang on Super Bowl type stuff. Sometimes you don't recover from it, so you might have to bounce. Cordell Patterson is the best slash receiver running back in the league. Dude 6'3", so and he's not a little dude. So he's running over people and all that kind of stuff like that, and they flank him out. Ridley, and the thing about it, I will say this: the past 3 or 4 games, what really has not been. He's been dealing with family issues. I think a death in the family, stuff like that. So he has not played. So the scary thing with ATL is that if and when he comes back, talking about Ridley, I'm glad we already played him because you put Ridley on there, who's easy a top 15 receiver. It opens up a lot of options, right? So Kyle Pitts ain't got to worry about getting like really totally double teamed, that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that Atlanta's going to win 5 in a row or nothing like that. You just ain't going to want to play them when they got Ridley and explosive offense. And plus, their schedule, what they was horrible last year. When you dive in their schedule, they probably don't have like man. I don't know. They kind of shitted on them. They got the Bucks lost. They have the Panthers. They can beat the Panthers because old boy's starting. The 49ers, that's a 50-50 game because 49ers is a wash up shit too. Lions win. Bills at Bills lost. And then you got the Saints coming in town. So they can probably get 3 out of that. So, you know, so you're talking about 8-8 if that goes through. And like Nudda said, this was a garbage game. I'm not even gonna talk about the Jaguars. It's nothing really to talk about with that. Falcons, no, y'all the dirty birds and y'all won, man. Good luck for whatever y'all do in life. Time to move on. All right. Uh, Jets 21, Texans 14.
Jets and the Texans. Where we at? Where we at? Do I got those? No, I ain't got that note, yo. Hold on, let me look that up.
So you really shitted on them,
That
huh?
a late game?
No, you just avoided them. You
Yeah,
just you
it's
just didn't
early.
cover them.
5 wins. He said 5 wins combined. I fucking we don't even.
He said, I don't even talk.
Yeah.
21 to 14. Hold on. I got you, Twan. Let me go
I
ahead and
got
do
it.
this. Let,
I was
let me,
about to say
Go
I
ahead.
got
Go ahead. Go ahead.
let
it.
me
Go
do
ahead.
this for you, bro. Let me do this for
Go
you.
ahead.
I got you. Ain't no problem. So that's funny as hell. You did shit on them, didn't
I
you?
did shit.
You you
Shit.
Hot Rod
you should
41.
go ahead. Go ahead, Nutter. Go ahead.
Shit. Tyrod Taylor 17 for 26, 158, 2 touchdowns, interception. He got sacked 5 times. Zach Wilson on the other side had he threw 14 for 24, 145, 0 touchdowns, interception. He got sacked 4 times.
Mm.
Uh, Houston had 96 yards on the ground, 157 for the New York Jets. Jets threw for 145. You had no touchdowns on that side, and Houston threw for 158. You end up getting Brevin Jordan and Brandon Cooks got a touchdown. Uh, I did catch a little bit of that, and Tyrod he looked pretty decent getting back out there. Zach did as well. That interception was a fluke. It was a lateral off the back of the teammate. Right place, right time guy just so happened to be right there for Houston. Caught that interception. But guy for John Franklin Myers.
Uh-huh.
Guy for the Jets. I don't know if you guys caught that tip interception. Boy, you can tell he ain't never had the ball in his life. And look, he talking ball. He ran for about 40, looking back over each shoulder every step.
He didn't look at the big screen.
Oh man, he wasn't looking at it. I was like, man, run, man, run. Yeah, but what y'all got?
Twan, you want me to go ahead?
Go ahead, man.
I would say this, man. Great win from the Jets because Tyrod and them was doing little things before that, and then really Tyrod and them probably going into it was the favorite. Zach came back, did what he had to do as far as, only 145, one interception. This him getting on the field and winning means a lot psychological. Uh, I thought the Texans was gonna win this. I mean, Tyrod, the experience and all this kind of stuff. But when you get up 157 yards rushing, you only get 96. And like Nudda's talking about the defense, interceptions, different stuff like that, rocking and rolling with that. This was another shitty ass game. And what you said, like garbage ass game. I mean, really, it was so garbage that Twan, who does the stats, said, "Fuck it."
Shit and toilet paper.
You know, I
Shit
don't know
versus
how I did that though, man. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's all
y'all
right.
passed that whole list.
It is what it is. So we go to
this
the
is
next
the
game, or do you got something to say?
Oh, yeah, that was probably the least game of the night. No, no, that was like I
Uh,
said, that was probably the least cared about game. We got a 2-9 and a 3-8 squad on the field. So yeah, I don't
right.
know.
All right. Look. Bump that.
that was the race. My bad, but that was the race between shit and toilet paper on who can get down the toilet fast. Because that was, I mean, come on, man. And y'all only put up 21 points and 14, and that wasn't even touchdowns. It was total of what? 3 touchdowns on the game? Four
Doo doo
touchdowns.
water. Doo doo shit water. Update on the Ravens and Browns. Ravens up 3-0. Mr. Tucker did what he had to do. All right, let's get into these heavy hitter games. There's three more games. Broncos 28, Chargers 13.
All right, for LA, I have Justin Herbert, 28, 44, 303 today with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Austin Eckler, 31 rushes, 31 rush yards, 68 receiving yards, and a touchdown. Jared Cook, 25 yards and a touchdown. Denver, on the other hand, we had Teddy Bridgewater, was 11 of 18, 129 with a touchdown and a rush touchdown. Melvin Gordon, I have 83 yards. Javante Williams, 54 rush yards and a touchdown, 57 receiving yards today. Nada.
It was a good win, Denver. They almost at one point lost Teddy. He went down with a little leg injury, but being that he ain't too much of a scrambling QB, they was able to put him back out there. Drew Lock came in, threw 4 for 7 though. That wasn't too bad until he threw at an interception. you know, you can't come in as a backup and go in. Man. You risking your job on the practice squad. Uh, Herbert threw for 2 interceptions. He did have 2 touchdowns, but that's definitely the recipe for disaster. Throwing for 2 interceptions. Uh, Melvin Gordon was running down their throat and allowed Teddy and Devontae to go ahead and capitalize on those short yards touchdowns. But good win, Denver. LA, fix it. Y'all been on the bounce sprout these last couple weeks.
Yeah,
Been playing real poop water.
they pretty much from the Broncos, the Chargers, and Raiders are sitting there. Has this made it a lot easier for Kansas City? Kansas City is going to win the division, like we know. Kansas City is, and they're not cured. Kansas City has a lot of flaws. Yes, they on a bye, but I'm just saying, like these teams right here, for Broncos get 28 on you, Chargers, and you don't keep up when you got one of the best quarterbacks, it's kind of hard. Understand that the Broncos defense they got some studs. Don't get me wrong. Even without Vaughn, they got some dudes going to give it up there because Pat Surtain the second was
Yeah,
70
I forgot
yards.
about
2 of those today.
Pat
Yeah,
Sir.
yeah, he's nasty.
Pick
And
six.
2 of those.
Yeah, he is nasty. Like they got some ballers out there. But
Nah, PP got to give that game ball to that guy with that jersey on. That was a good moment right there.
Yeah,
Caught that
yeah,
interception in the end zone, and it just so happened to be a Denver fan with his jersey on. I was like, yeah, that's dope.
yeah, you got to, you know, Chargers has not been the same since the game 3 or 4 in the season. They're going back and forth. This is the
Baltimore did.
opportunity. This is the opportunity for them to go ahead and get that momentum and rock and roll. I'm so glad Teddy was able to come back or whatever because it looked like I didn't want to have to add him to my scarecrow list because Derrick James laid some wood on him, jumped on his back, and all that kind of stuff like that. Denver is a team that is keep on chucking. I mean, granted it's 6-5, but when you play them, it's not going to be easy. And when I say Kansas City, yeah, Kansas City's like, let's put it this way, they're the only division right now besides probably the NFC West, right? And I could be wrong. Everybody's got a winning record, right? Kansas City 7-4, everybody else 6-5. Los Angeles Chargers 6-5. Vegas 6-5. Denver 6-5. I think the only other division is probably is um, NFC West. I could be wrong, but I'm saying like that's competitive. Like they can still get Kansas City, keep them from coming or whatever, but everybody's there. So Justin, you've been here. You're gonna have to elevate your game, bro. Granted, you can say, well, he had 303, them 2 interceptions, like Nudda said, man. You can't be doing loopy loops, man. And I understand tip balls happen all the time and stuff like that. But when you know Patrick Sartain is over there, man, don't why are you throwing it inside, bro?
Yeah, stay
Leave
away
him
from.
alone.
How you
Dude is
gonna say
that nice.
first?
He's that nice, man. Leave him alone, man. Go the other way, and you got plenty of receivers on your team, man. Leave him alone, bro. And that's the problem. So you're gonna have to work on that big time. Hey, Teddy, Teddy Jam. That's all I gotta say. Rams, Packers, Packers 36, Rams 28. Antwan, go hit some stats, and then this is your team. Rock
Yes,
and roll.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was a good win in the books today. For the Rams, I had Matt Stafford was 21 of 38 today, 302 yards, with 3 touchdowns and an interception. We had Daryl Henderson, 55 yards and a receiving touchdown today. We had 3 receivers with a touchdown today with Van Jefferson, Odell, and Cooper Cup, all with touchdown over 80 yards today. With over 80 yards receiving today. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, 28 of 45, 307, 2 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, 69 yards, receiving touchdown. Devontae Adams, 104 yards today. Randall Cobb, 95 yards and a touchdown. But I believe he was pulled with an injury today. I believe it was a groin injury or something.
Growing, growing.
He was doing pretty good up until that point. Today, like I said, it wasn't a really big defensive game. But Green Bay's never really been known for great defense. It's like we always got to outscore you. You know what I mean? They did a great job of that today. Aaron Rodgers, no interceptions today. Like I said, 307, 2 touchdowns. Which Matthew Stafford wasn't too shabby with 302 and 3 touchdowns. But that interception, I'm sure, hurt him. Um, Yeah, just a good win for my guys. You know what I'm saying? Green Bay, they stepped up, done their thing like they always do. Nutter, what you got?
Yeah, good win, Green Bay. But on another note, you guys actually did do pretty good defensively, man. Y'all had 5 QB hits. Y'all had an interception for a touchdown. Y'all had 8 pass deflections. That's phenomenal. That makes a big difference on what 21 for 38. So that means shoot, 21 for 30 was what he really went. Y'all forced them other 8. So I think it was a great defensive game for y'all in the end. Y'all picked it up. Y'all did allow 11 points at the very end, but that was a freak bomb to Odell Beckham. That, and there ain't much you can do about that. It's Odell. He's hands down one of the best receivers in the league, active, even though he is going through his little woes. But great win, LA. Y'all doing good, but just a little bit harder fought against a good, tough Green Bay team. You probably would have pulled that one out.
Um, the Rams, I think, has lost. I think it's three in a row now, something like that. Um,
Mm.
it's hard to beat the Packers at the crib. Um, you have you. One of the biggest losses that the Rams has taken is that Woods is at home. When they got when they got Odell, it was thinking that we can make him with the Cup, Woods and stuff. Jefferson was balling, and that hurts. You want to be fully loaded, but the thing about it is this, and going like how Nudda was talking about the defensive part of it, um, they have two key members who's probably about to join the team in a couple of weeks, as far as practice.
Jair.
Jair Alexander, and it's another. I don't know if it's Precious Smith or somebody else is coming back. They are going to be ready to rock and roll. And the problem is this.
Preston played today.
Okay, the problem is this. They right now. I think Arizona got the number one seed, right? And they're gonna have to play against their whole division again. And that's gonna be hard as hell. And they have done a great job resting their people, right? Packers are probably the only team in the NFL that are 5-0 at the crib. You don't want to play the Packers at home. You don't want to. I'm sorry, you don't. Not you don't have to go through the. Even though I will say this, if you do make it to that conference finals, you have a chance to beat them because Aaron don't do well on that. He's like 1-6 on that. Um,
He's rushing the cooler.
and he's dinged up. He has a broken pinky toe, as they've been talking about.
Wild
But
berry.
great win. Are we on Twitch? What we on? We on Twitch? What's going on?
ESPN
Oh, okay.
putting up.
Okay.
That.
Oh yeah, you know how they start that shit over. Uh,
Look, I had to exit the whole application.
but I'm gonna tell you what was impressive to me is that I remember Dylan when he played at Boston College, and he was a bad man at Boston College. And I do like how I know Aaron Jones has been hurt and he's coming back. Dylan is a bruiser when it's cold as hell. He's gonna rock and roll. That's gonna be very important. The problem I have with LA, Henderson is not your guy for being a rusher, dude. I mean, he was nice at Memphis. He's okay, 55 yards, 16 carries. They need a little bit more than that. I know Michelle and Stafford -1. Their running game is gonna kill them. And then let's put it this way: you guys got a lot of you guys. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about Rams. You made a lot of changes. You got Von Miller and all this kind of stuff like that. We know you got OBJ, but it's like your defense was solid last year. That's the problem. Besides Stafford, Stafford is 3-1. He was struggling. He got it. What's up with the Rams defense, guys? Have y'all noticed that defense is not? They've been giving up a lot of points, man. A lot of
Uh-huh.
points, and you're not going nowhere giving up that many points like that, man. And then, granted, it ain't just the Packers. If you go back, they've been giving a lot of points for a minute right now. So they got a lot of issues that's going on with them. Great win for the Packers. The Packers is right on where they need to be. They trying to hope that Arizona hiccup so they can go ahead and get that number one seed. But good, fun game to watch. I'm glad that OBJ got him one. You know what I'm saying, like that. But I just don't trust the Rams right now. I don't. Not because of Stafford totally is with Detroit, but it's like I don't know, man. I just don't know. And then if the defense ain't stopping people, I think it's an issue because we know that Detroit Stafford, even though he balled in Detroit most of the time, but he also was shitty some of the time. I don't know what Stafford's going to show up in the playoffs. and that's going to be a major concern if he doesn't have a running game to kind of save his ass. And that's just me. Last game, 49ers 34, Vikings 26.
Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, I have 20 of 32 today, 238 yards, two touchdowns, and an interception. Dalvin Cook, I have 39 yards. Alexander Madison was 21 yards and a touchdown. Adam Thielen, 62 yards and two touchdowns today. For the 49ers, we had Jimmy Garoppolo, 17 to 26, 230, a touchdown and an interception. Elijah Mitchell, 133 yards and a touchdown.
He balled.
Debo Samuel, 66 rush yards and two touchdowns. Jawan Jennings will have 24 yards and a TD. Nudda, what you got?
Man, I'm surprised this guy Ayuk. Uh, I wrote him off early because he came out and he wasn't playing nothing like the play he was playing last year. But he's turned it around over the past couple of weeks, man. He's been doing a lot better. Him, Debo, they make a good duo. It's a good tandem over. They've been playing some good football, man. The game can't really see too much on my end. Everything keeps popping up.
that's, all,
So,
that's all right.
yeah.
That's all right. I got you. I got you. You good. You good. Um, Real quick, 49ers great win. They 65. They in that hunt in that West. Big time. Vikings. Not only did you take a loss, but you might have lost Dalvin Cook for a period of time. They first was talking about knee and everything else, but his shoulder, dude took a vicious hit. We'll see on that. And you already know if Cousins ain't got no running game, we already know how Cousins is with a running game. If he has no running game, no Dalvin Cook and Madison is a nice dude, but I mean Cousins is shady as hell. But great win for 49ers. Um, Mitchell ball 133, man. Garoppolo, do what you do. That's what managed the
Manning.
game. Debo got hurt too. I think it was concussion. He'd probably be
Mhm.
back. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably pass everything. Kittle didn't do too much this game. But I mean, the scary thing with the Vikings, you got Jefferson, you got Thielen, you know what I'm saying? You got, I mean, Cook when he's healthy. Oh man, because you guys do know that it's gonna come a time they're gonna break that shit up. And first, before I do that, I gotta go get a new quarterback. Yeah, but still, y'all, your cousins is no man. Go get a quarterback really that you can depend on, and it's hard. Like it's so easy for me to say that, but then when I look at it, how many quarterbacks can you trust to lead your team? People think like, oh, we go. No, the draft ain't like it for real, bro. That's why you have the Ben Roethlisbergers to stay forever. That's why you have the Aaron Rodgers who really wants to do Jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? Say whatever. You know what I'm saying? Dog? Dude, it's so hard, man. When you got a dude, you gotta hold and pay him everything because it's not easy. Cousins robbed them from the get go. Cousins gonna be there for another 5, 6 years and making money and ain't gonna do nothing at all. Because Cook is a totally different breed. Cook is a once in a lifetime. He gets hurt, don't get me wrong, but when he's healthy, he rocks and rolls. He can catch, he can do all that kind of stuff. But take him away, it's a wrap. And the scary thing is this, we talked about the AFC and all this kind of things like that. Excuse me, when I dive into the NFC West, like I said, they're another tough one. You got the Cardinals 9-2, Rams now 7-4, San Francisco 6-5, Seattle 3-7. Somebody's my goodies and all that kind of shit. His fingers was broken shit. I mean, ain't no telling what's gonna go down with that. That's a wrap for real, for real. We all know that. But I do want to. Do you have anything else to add before I say about the
You,
playoff picture?
y'all know
No,
who
man,
Kirk
go ahead.
Cousins remind me of?
Go ahead.
Kirk Cousins reminds me of Kurt Warner.
Mm,
Kurt Warner had two great receivers. Anytime Marshall Faulk wasn't playing at his best or wasn't playing, you forget all about them.
Mhm.
You forgot who Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce was. That they was two of the best
and
in
hold
quarter.
on, hold on. And Hakeem.
We just talking about just 1, 2. We ain't even throwing
Hakeem.
the
Yeah,
depth. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You just gonna keep it short, 1, 2. You know, you forgot that he had two of the best receivers in the league.
All time.
His best, one of the best running backs in the league wasn't playing, and it
Right.
just threw the whole that overshadowed. You know, Kurt Warner wasn't near. Honestly, in my opinion, was never one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but his supporting cast made him play a lot better, and that's one of the big faults in a lot of today's game. They not getting supporting cast with these young quarterbacks and these different teams like New York Jets, Miami Dolphins, Detroit Lions. All they need is a solid cast. You know,
Right.
you had Megatron, didn't have no backfield. You know, then you finally got the backfield. Megatron was on his way out. You know, the Jets, they we ain't gonna talk about them. Miami, you know, Miami's they have a quarterback, no running back, no running back, no quarterback. Receivers be in and out, injuries and stuff like that, man. You can't. It's tough for you to come in. Jacksonville as well. It's tough for you to come in. Leonard Fournette was balling when he was in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it
Who
was.
was who was his best receiver?
Somebody
Allen
never heard of.
Robinson. Allen Robinson. What's the other young name? Young dude's name. It was two of them. They had two of them. Him and I think his name's like it was Robinson, something else. But yeah,
But Didi wasn't that. But I know what you're talking about.
it just
It's kind of tough though. It's kind of tough.
it's tough, and it just makes them look that much more of not the quality of caliber of player that they are. And I think Ben should be shopped out for somebody that's in the league. That's what you should do. You know, when you the Jets shop for somebody in the league, you know, somebody who got some couple seasons in them instead of going out and getting these rookies, man. That should be your. I would take my chances with a rookie receiver over a rookie quarterback.
Oh, all day,
Just because
all day,
that
all day.
changes from college. It's
Nah,
real.
that's all day. All right, real quick before we get off here, if the playoffs started right now in the AFC, you would have Baltimore the number one seed,
I didn't
New
want to talk
England,
about it.
New England number two, number three the Titans, number four Kansas City. So the Baltimore get the bye. Number five the Bengals, six the Bills, seven Chargers. So there's the seven teams to get in there. On the outside looking in, you have the Raiders, Browns, Broncos, Colts, Steelers in the 12th position. In the NFC, number one seed, you have the Cardinals, 9-2. Green Bay, number two. Number three, the Bucks. Number four, Cowboys. Five, Rams. Six, 49ers. Ain't that something? And the Vikings, number seven. But the Vikings get it because of all the little strength of schedule wins. Because behind the Vikings at number seven, now these are the teams 5 and 6. Atlanta Falcons and New Orleans Saints are both tied with the record with the Vikings. Then you have the Eagles 5 and 7, the Panthers 5 and 7, and then Washington number 12 and 4 and 6. A lot of stuff with 5 games remaining is open, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's open. It's open. And so you got to take care of business. I mean, I know that I probably shocked a lot of people that the Dirty Birds was like this. Here we are. But the Vikings, if Dalvin Cook ain't playing, man, and then San Fran sitting at number 6, never wouldn't have thought about that. But it is what it is. Uh, Thank you guys for rocking and rolling like always. Man to man coverage with the NFL. Y'all know how we do. Antwan, Nudda, real quick. Nudda, how can they find you on social media?
On Facebook, I got a gaming page and I got a regular page, but my gaming page is Fat Boy Loves Cake, Fat Boy Gaming 502, and on Instagram _ Deuce Deuce V's up, and on Twitter as well. My Twitter is Fat Boy Loves Cake or Fat Boy Gaming 502. Not on my Twitter as often as I should be, but I know Twitter is definitely where it's at when it comes to up to date action.
Dude.
But yeah, that's my social media, man.
Twan, how can they find you, brother?
At Facebook and Instagram, you can find me at Antwan Robinson. Just look my name up. My Twitter handle, I need to change that. You know,
Yeah, you got too many numbers on your shit.
Yeah, it's you should go through Mark Will's channel. You know what I'm saying? Just look for my name. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can find me.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. God bless, brother. Another banger like we always do, man. Take care.
All right, fella.
Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.